The question, how do I play a classical guitar? I repost my answer with some improvements on the need here. If you don't want to lose time, find a classical guitar teacher as soon as possible, otherwise by self-teaching, or using insufficient, misleading materials, you would own bad habits and miserable guitar technique that you cannot get rid of for years. The classical guitar is the root for all of guitar styles, above all a strong bass. What you practice will take you to the perfection, so be careful about what you are practicing, otherwise you might do it perfectly wrong. Start with a good technique with a teacher. Under his guidance, of course, you can use other good materials online or in print. I think the best complete method in print is The Natural Classical Guitar by Lee F. Ryan. This book covers almost all best practices you need to know. I recommend it to all kind of guitar students who wants to learn fast and right technique. I had very difficulty to have one, it was out of print. So if you could not find, I would recommend Solo Guitar Playing, Book 1, 4th edition, book and CD, by Frederick. Note it is not as good as The Natural Classical Guitar Playing, but it is one of the best ones, at least for a good start. Ask to your teacher's guidance. There are plenty of resources on the internet. But be selective about the resource on the internet since they might not be as good as books, sometimes even misleading. I find classical guitar lessons helpful since it has a decent content both for right hand and left hand. The other useful sites: D03 Classical Guitar Lesson 01, choose according to your level. How to read classical guitar music. Classical guitar lessons. Learn classical guitar, free online hub pages. The classical guitar fingerboard or fretboard. Aerial song lesson by videos. Playing the classical guitar just for beginners. There are wonderful YouTube video lessons on the internet. Use them. You can search according to your level, for instance. Another online useful website is Classical Guitarists, classical guitar teachers, which can be used to find a good teacher. To work with a good teacher is very important, even finding a good one might be a problem. Good tips can be found about this at the Best Classical Guitar Teacher article. For other materials and notes, there are sites free like Free Classical Guitar Sheet Music, but you cannot find always what you are looking for, especially if you are an advanced student, so try sheet music for classical guitar. Free PDFs, notation and tab. This is classical guitar. It is not free, but you can find what you are looking for. Last but not least, only online websites would not be enough for you in your learning the classical guitar journey. I recommend you to find a good teacher or a course, because learning the right technique is so essential in musical instruments, and many good guitar students fail since bad habits or mislearned techniques. Practicing is so important, but do not forget, you improve what you practice. If you practice a good technique, you would improve a good technique, but what if you practice bad technique, wrong habits? Unfortunately, your muscle memory will learn a bad one. It is very difficult to correct them later on. So start it right. Good luck.